It is Friday, September 9th, 2016. Oh my goodness, welcome to Pucknology After Dark. Yes, if that didn't get wet your whistle for some exciting World Cup of Hockey action, I don't know what will. An exhibition, and we're having cheap shots thrown it right into your face. Anyways, if you want to be a part of the show, join the conversation. Use the hashtag PucknologyAD. You can also join us on the YouTube chat. You can follow us on Twitter. Yours truly at Puckeye14 or Ian at iReadPucknology. We'll take some phone calls, which is a DM through Twitter or through Facebook, and get you on your way, and we'll have you discuss this. On our Twitter poll question, this is an interesting one because I kind of felt the need to mention this. Who do you root for? It's a really interesting question, and it's who do you root for in this tournament? You root for the United States, Canada, all Sharks, or just a great tournament? You can check that out right now on twitter.com/Pucknology, and you have about a half hour to get that sorted there. All right, joined by Ian Reed. Ian, how are you, good sir?
I'm good. I know a lot of people are like, I'm angry or whatever, but I'm not. It was it's funny because like obviously when these things happen, Canada, we can be a little obnoxious about these tournaments, and I fully
No.
admit that. So obviously, I'm gonna give the cliche Canadian answer. It was a Plymouth game. Canada, dominated huge stretches of that game. I'm not too concerned, but I thought, what, for a preseason, like for a pre-exhibition game where you're not even playing for anything yet, I don't think you could ask for better hockey than what we've seen over the last 2 days.
No, I think the North American Europe match. North America is using their speed. The United States is using shutdown defense, which they had to tonight. Canada is trying to just overpower everyone. Um, in Russia and the Czechs played out really well.
Yep.
Sweden and Finland had one of another classic battle. Um, there was some concern about hyping this event up, and I don't think it's going to have any problem, especially with hockey fans everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, how could you like? I don't understand how anyone could. I know a lot of people are like kind of like, oh, it's a cash grab, and the hybrid teams are dumb, and I kind of get all that. Although Team North America, I'm not gonna miss a game they play. That was such a great game yesterday. Like I just don't understand. If you're a hockey fan, how could you not like this? This tournament hasn't even started yet, and these games are great. The Sweden Finland game. I mean, you have to give the NHL a lot of credit because these pre-tournament games. I mean, they're all basically rivalries except for obviously North America, Europe. You've got the Swedes playing the Finns twice. Once in Finland, once in Sweden. I believe last game was in Helsinki. The next one's going to, I can't remember where it's going, but it's going somewhere in Sweden. Um, and you had the Czechs and the Russians, which maybe not a big rivalry as far as North Americans care about, but it's definitely a rivalry. And then you have Canada and the U.S. I mean, these games have been just insane. They've already been NHL quality games to start, and the puck hasn't even dropped for real yet. It's great.
It's absolutely amazing. I mean, I just how this game started, where freaking Canada just owned the United States, and then all of a sudden, you know, it's one of the things that we've seen with the Sharks, especially where they dominate a period and then the other team comes back with one or two goals. Um, just goes to show you that anything can happen in hockey. Joined by Slushy Jake. What's up, bud? How was your summer, by the way?
Really good. Could you hear me?
I can hear you. Move
You're
your
good.
camera a little bit. You're kind of positioned into a corner a
You're
little bit.
Felixing it.
Uh,
Wow.
Oh, I know. I'm a jerk. There
How
you
do
go.
I fix this? Good
Or
or
are
Move
you
your
okay?
camera.
Are you on a phone or a
Laptop.
laptop?
laptop?
Just move
Just
your
move your
monitor.
screen down a little bit.
Oh, okay. Er, sorry.
Right there, perfect.
Yeah, good,
That
good
works.
enough.
That
Okay.
works. All right. So let's talk about this. 4-2 USA beats Canada. I mean, yeah, Ian's gonna say, no big deal, no big deal. Slushy, as an American, your thoughts?
Um. uh, it's 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 a really good win. This USA team has been very I don't know what you call it, but it's been criticized for its roster spots and maybe who isn't and who is on the team, and they just really buried their chances. And Jonathan Quick was amazing. And so is Ben Bishop, but Jonathan Quick really saved their bacon early in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, quick. God, I hate doing this. Oh, God. Somebody get me a basket. I'm gonna throw in. Quick played pretty well tonight. Oh, God. Um, he kept the team in the game, which is a good thing, I guess, right? Mm. Ian, what did you take out of Team Canada tonight?
I thought that there was a lot of things about Canada's game I really liked. They were, I mean, like I said, they were dominant, just flat out dominant for large stretches of the game. I think that but if you look at the goaltending, that's what separated the teams tonight. Yeah, Jonathan Quick had a good game. Ben Bishop came in and played decent enough. I mean, he made a huge gaffe that almost cost them the game. I could have tied up the game. So, but he played well enough, and Carey Price just did not have a good night tonight. And this is a guy that hasn't played hockey in 10 months, so. I was, I'd rather it happen now than in the actual tournament itself. So I'm like I said, I'm not too concerned. I think that when if Carey Price finds his game, then I think they'll be fine. If Carey Price doesn't find his game, oh no, we have to use Braden Holtby instead. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh darn. What a pity. I mean, it's not like you don't have any backup plans to. It's not like you have like Yarmo Milas or Alex Stalock, for that matter. Um, Tonight was a message sender, wouldn't you say, Slushy?
Yeah, I think it was. Like I said, this roster has been very criticized for, again, with maybe having Phil Kessel not on the team and having Justin Albuquerque. But I mean, Justin Albuquerque had a really good game tonight. I know he didn't produce a lot of offense, but he had big hits. He really set the tone for Canada to stay off their to stay off the USA big players, and this is a big game. It's a big confidence boost for the US.
Definitely. As for Canada, Ian, what do you think they can take from this game tonight?
I think they can take from this game. Look at the U.S. They came in and they're going to play a really, a really grindy game. They're gonna try and just gut it out. And I think that Canada is going to have to, I mean, match that intensity level as far as physicality goes. In which I mean, it's not like they can't do it, but I think that when you look at the way that when the U.S. was doing well, they were standing up guys in the high slot, and they weren't giving you anything. And as long as the Americans can keep playing like that, I think they're going to have a better chance in this tournament than many people probably expected when the roster was announced.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, as far as Canada, again, I don't know. I don't think there's anything to really. Carey Price had to be better. Carey Price let in some really soft goals tonight, and that made a difference. I mean, if you look at Canada's game, I guess you could argue that their power play needs to be a little bit better. But it's the first game. Some of these guys haven't played together ever. You got guys like Stamkos in there, who's never played ever since World Juniors, and then you have a guy like Tavares who got hurt early on in the tournament last year. So it's going to take some time for these guys to click. I thought they were a little bit sloppy with their passes in the neutral zone, but I think that is, once they get into more game form and you get more practices in and you get, these games in at this high intensity level, I mean, it forces you to be better. So for both teams, I think that, this game's a great tune-up for both of them.
Oh yeah, I mean, it just seems like this was a perfect game for them. Where if they thought they were okay and comfortable, no, no,
Mm-mm.
no, no, no. I mean, USA's got to work on stopping scoring chances from happening and getting more offensively. Canada, on the other hand, maybe there's a bit of a swagger that they are the best team in the tournament, and yeah, they probably are on the stat sheet, but none of fortunately you don't win championships on stat sheets.
No, that's
um
true.
Quick reminder to everyone, we'll take your calls. You can DM me at puckguy14. We want to hear you voice your thoughts about tonight. Yeah, it's an exhibition game, but let's be real. Outside the ones that you've seen online, this is the first real live game. And come on, we haven't seen a live hockey game on television in 3 months and some odd days. But that's what we're here for. I mean, heck,
Yeah.
I mean, I know Ian, you have the Sportsnet feed, but ESPN broadcasted their first NHL sanctioned, I guess you could say, hockey game in over 12 years. And I know there were some people who weren't liking some of the terminology that was being used. um, what, Jake, what did they say about Thornton's beard? What was it?
Pillow chin?
What was it?
I think he said pillow
Oh,
chin?
oh, chin pillow. That's it.
Chin
Chin
pillow,
pillow.
yeah.
Um, you know, John Butchergrass, who's known for many things at ESPN Sports Center. He was the old host of NHL Tonight for those way back in the day. Um, it's a little bit. I did like their feed. I mean, if you were expecting Bill Clement and Gary Thorne, unfortunately, they're not going to be available for the tournament for other commitments. But uh, did you think the feed was okay tonight, Jake?
Uh, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I just some of that part was cringy. I mean, it just, in my opinion, it was Kevin Weeks. I don't know. He didn't seem as comfortable as he was like on NHL Network, how he usually is. Um, yeah, some of the stuff John Butchergross said was a little weird, but it's not a big deal.
Was nothing waffle boarded?
Nothing was waffle boarded away or
Well, there
tilted
you go.
out.
See, I mean, what are you guys complaining about?
Who did you have on your site?
Romanuk and Gary Galley were the commentators tonight for
Gotcha.
which
Which
is
is
fine.
totally fine. I mean, at least it's not John Shorthouse. So,
Oh my
Right.
god!
They sent him
they
to
sent him to Europe, right?
Europe, I
That's
think.
crazy. I don't know why you use him. Anyways, so moving on. Yes, in the chat, Villa, yes, their last game was well, technically not the '04 final, but the '04 World Cup of Hockey final before they ended up in the season-ending lockout.
Yeah, which really sucked.
Um, Going into the game, it was very physical. USA laid it out very early, got Canada upset.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about it because I was on full on rant, almost on full on rant mode about it. The Oshie hit on Logan Couture, and this is where the inspiration for the poll question came from. He missed the whole period to a violent shove to and I guess the commentators were saying, well, he didn't do the arm extension. Who gives a crap about an arm extension? It's freaking boarding. 3 years ago, that's how the power play occurred for us to sweep the Canucks.
Yeah, I after watching it a couple more times, I don't like it. Like, I still don't like the hit. I don't like it, and I tried to separate the fact that it's Logan Couture from the hit because, like, I'm not going to pretend that that doesn't cloud my judgment a little bit. I didn't like it, but I think it's more borderline than it looks initially. Would I have called a penalty? Probably. Trying to be objective and taking the fact that it's Logan Couture out of the equation. Probably. I mean, I didn't really like, to on that note, I didn't really like the hit by Pavelski on Giroux either.
Yeah, I didn't like that one either.
I didn't like that very much either. I thought it was kind of late. But everyone was fine. Thankfully, hopefully they stay fine. I don't. That's the last thing we want to see from this tournament, right? Is a player go down to an injury. I mean, we've already Peter Sobotka for the let's say the Russians already. Is he Czech or Russian? I don't remember. But he played over in that game anyway, and got just destroyed, and his collarbone's broken. He's probably done for a while. So
Right.
those are obviously the things you don't want to see, and obviously that's why when you see how intense and just physical this game was, it's you get scared because it's like this game doesn't even matter, and they are killing each other out there. And as awesome as it was to watch, it's you think, oh my goodness, they're gonna do this again tomorrow. Like, oof, can't be alive by the time this tournament goes. I'm scared for them a little bit.
Right. It's crazy. Pavelski coming out now saying it was more of an aggressive game than we thought it would be. I don't know. I mean, seriously, that just seems like it. Oh, by the way, paging Tony Gallagher, the captain of the United States team, had the game-winning goal tonight, but he can't lead anybody, right? Because he's a weasel. Okay,
He's a weasel. Just weaselly goal.
Searching back into the hits, Jake, what did you think of it? Were some of these were like, I'm glad they called the one on Kessler, but that's just very, very careful.
Yeah, I mean, it's trying not to take any bias into this because it's Logan Couture, but it's just not a good hit by TJ Oshie. I mean, he knows he's been on the other end of those hits, I think, by Mike Rupp in 2014.
Exactly.
And you just can't make those plays with Ryan Kessler's hit. It's come on, man.
That was dumb. Like, Ryan Kessler's hit was. I don't know how anybody could argue that Kessler hit wasn't bad. Like, apparently they tried on ESPN. Hockey Jerk said something on ES about the coverage about the hit on ESPN, and I don't know how anyone could think that Kessler hit was okay.
Yeah, I mean with.
Go ahead, Jake. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. There's such a bias, Brett Hall and Chris Chelios. Like, I agree with Hockey Jerk. There needs to be a Canadian in there or some presence with another country other than the United States. That those guys are with USA, and sometimes it's okay, but it gets annoying after a while when you're supporting a hit that's really shouldn't be in this game.
Here's the thing, though, and this is what I kind of responded to Hockey Jerk with. Hockey Jerk will actually possibly join us depending on if he's able to get home in time. Something that I said is that's a problem with having like a lot of these. I mean, obviously you like having these old guys that played the game in the commentary because obviously they're going to tell you things that a silly person who's never really played at any significant level of hockey like me is going to tell you about the game. But at the same time, it bothers me when these old guys are like, well, that hit would have been fine in my day. Yes, and in your day, you didn't wear Kevlar protection that you could destroy someone in the boards and not even feel it. It was a different time. People wore different gear. They couldn't go after people as hard as they did because they'd break their own damn shoulder. That's the part I think that really bothers me sometimes in the commentary is, you have these old guys that are like, there's hits that we need to get out of the game. There's no denying it. And I'm not saying take fighting out and don't let anyone hit each other and, put water wings on everybody. No, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that, you can't have these guys that think, well, it was okay in my day, basically saying, yeah, that's a totally fine hit. It's not in today's game. Get with, if you can't get with the program, then, you need people that are with it.
I agree. It just seems like I get how what they're saying. Oh, that would have been fine my day. Yeah, of course. How many concussion effects are you feeling right now? Though that's the other catch. I mean, if they're going to protect the guys like they say they're going to protect them,
Mm-hmm.
you need to get these calls right. And for that matter, just try to get the mandate down quickly. I mean, yeah, it's September 9th. Yeah, it's a exhibition, but these guys are going to go hard
Oh yeah.
these next 2.5 weeks, and then the last thing you need is, oh well, it's just an exhibition tournament, blah 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 blah. It's the World Cash Grab of hockey. Okay, that's great, but still, you got to keep these guys in check. I mean, and the other thing I had Holland Chelios mention, well, he's not that type of player. Yeah, so that's okay for it's okay for Raffi Torres to get suspended 41 games for something like that because he's that kind of player. No,
Can we?
but that's okay because
Okay.
I'm so
Wait.
glad to have George Peros as Department of Player Safety this year. Back to you, Ian.
All right. First, I'm banishing putting all suspensions through the lens of what would Raffi Torres get. I am banning that this season. That was fine last season. This season we're not playing this game. This game's over. No more through the lens of what would Raffi Torres get. But no, I mean on the whole I agree though. You can't, just because they're not that kind of player doesn't mean they can't be punished for doing something stupid.
Right.
If you make a dangerous hit, you should be punished regardless of who you are. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't disagree with that at all. And you know what? And I'm not saying that, just because that player, gets suspended for, it's not that's not in their game. Well, if it happens, I mean, if I get a speeding ticket, I can say I'm not that kind of driver because I have no other speeding tickets, but it doesn't change anything. I still get the speeding ticket. And I think it should just be the same.
Completely. I mean, many Sharks fans a long time ago will say, well, Brian Marchment would get suspended a little bit more because it's a reputation suspension.
Sure.
If somebody gets hit, somebody gets hit. You should, you put what's happened in the past in perspective of it, but you just don't say, oh well, he's not really known for that, so it's okay. I mean,
Right, and with us joining us now is Hockey Jerk, which we'll talk in a second. Here's the thing, though. I mean, you can't completely throw out someone's reputation, though. Like, there's got to be a fine line, and I wish that it wasn't so subjective. Like, I wish there was like more of a hard thing, which obviously the NHL would never do, because if it was a star player, there's no way they're going to be like, they'd find a way to weasel them out of it. But I still feel like, first offense, so many, within the window, maybe even not even have a hard, just have like a window of like, first offense, depending on what it is. If it hits like a more significant hit, it moves it up to the next the next tier maybe for a 2-time offender, and you look at it and then you go, okay, this one's 1 to 3 games, but the next time it's 5 to maybe it's 5 to 7 or 5, and it should continuously get more based on, if you're a dangerous player, then obviously you should get hammered on harder to get it finally through your head. Look, we may not have liked the 41 game suspension for Torres on that specific hit, but to deny that he had a ridiculously dangerous reputation is in my opinion just gazing through teal-tinted glasses, because he's not the saint. I mean, this is a guy who before he came here was one of the most hated people of Sharks fans for what he did to for Milan Mahalik hit. Yeah.
All right. And this HA rant brought to you by Ian Reed.
There you
go. So as we're closing out on the Twitter poll question, I'll pose this question to you first, Hockey Jerk, as we bring you in. Good evening, sir.
How are you guys doing today?
We're good. Hockey's on. Whoa. Where are you?
I'm at Shark's Eyes actually.
Nice.
Oh, nice. All right,
Doing
so I'll ask you this question first. Obviously, you're a Sharks fan. Of representatives in 4 of the 8 teams. Um, who do you root for in this tournament?
well, I first and foremost I am American. I'm wearing a Team USA Pavelski shirt as we speak, so obviously rooting for USA to win. But in more general terms, I would like to see all Shark representatives have a good tournament.
So you would say USA, but there's still a little bit uh, of some love for the other guys playing in the tournament.
Absolutely, and like I said, I was rooting for USA to win today, but had Couture or Burns or Vlasic or Thornton scored, I would have been happy for them because when your team's players are getting national exposure, you want them to look good and play really well because I feel it bumps their I guess their popularity is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, Jake.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, go ahead.
Jake, what would you say?
I'm American too. I I gotta go for the U.S. I mean, obviously, I want all the Sharks to succeed, but I just learned tonight that really I'm a really big United States of America hockey fan, and I really want Pavs to do well. Hogan and Burnsy do on Mikhail Bodker, but I really do want the United States to win.
And we go to the Canadian robot, Ian.
I'm Canadian, so obviously I like to see the Canadian team do well. But this tournament, I would not cry if North America won this tournament. Like, I not even secretly, I want North. This is such a fun team to watch. And when if it comes time for North America to play Canada, I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy the game and be happy with whoever wins because this team North America is great. And as much as I might be bummed out by the loss tonight, it's good for USA Hockey. Look, USA Hockey needs to do well. If this game is going to grow, it's gonna come from international hockey. International. It's gonna come from Team USA doing well in the international stage. So from that perspective, I don't hate the idea of Team USA doing well. If you want to grow the game, Team USA has to start doing well. Team USA has to be considered a major player. And when they entered this tournament, I was one of the guys that, really scratched my head at the construction of this team. It's like all the grit and the truculence, and well, obviously tonight it paid off. But I had some serious question marks about this team going in because I always want Canada to win. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm Canadian through and through, but I still acknowledge and I love the game. Like, everyone always asks, like, why does this make you happy? You're Canadian, you're a Sharks fan. Well, because growing the game, I love the game more than the team, I think. And to see the game grow, that's what's going to have to happen. Team USA is going to need to have good showings, and they have it's unfortunate that really no one outside of Canada really cares about the World Juniors because the U.S. has been really good at the World Juniors, and it frustrates me to no end how little unless it's the Olympic, how little Team USA gets covered.
It's kind of like the Sharks coverage in the Bay Area. All right. Well, I'll pose this question to you guys then. As a Sharks fan, would you not mind if Canada went out early? Hockey jerk.
I mean, I don't think I would be too upset. I mean, like Ian said, I'm a fan of the game first and the team second. So really what I'm looking for more than anything is just exciting hockey to watch, which is why North America versus Europe yesterday was so fun for me to watch. That being said, it would kind of suck if some of the Sharks guys got bounced a little early, but at the same time, it's all about just enjoying the game for what it is.
Slushy.
You know what? I'd be really fine with it. I really like when, the team that's really supposed to win gets knocked off early. I don't know what it is, but I really do. I also like because it'd be beneficial to the Sharks if, maybe Logan and Jumbo and Burnsy, get some extra rest. But I'd actually really like to see Canada get bounced early.
I have no interest in seeing Canada get bounced from the tournament. Obviously. Look, I understand from like a Sharks perspective that yes, it would be great for those guys to get that extra rest and not get injured. But at the same time, I mean, I'm Canadian, guys. I don't want to see my team get bounced. I do have Team North America there, which I'm going to root through the entire tournament as well. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to see Canada get bounced. I can't ever cheer for that to happen. Yeah, sorry, I can't do it. I don't care about the greater good.
I can I can see both points here where you look at tonight where Logan could have been hurt seriously, or Giroux or Weber, and be all for your club and be like, oh my god, what are they doing here? Let's just don't win anything in the preliminary round. Just get back to your team healthy, and then we'll be ready to go for the regular season so we can host the cup. However, when you put that jersey on for your country, it takes on a whole different meaning, which is where I'm not sure where North America and Europe would have that same passion.
Those guys went yesterday, though. I don't know I don't know if you've seen that game or not, but those guys were going. Like, yeah,
they were flying.
It wasn't the rough stuff like you've seen in all the other games because obviously there's not that built-in rivalry there. But those kids, man, they are something else.
Absolutely. All right, let's take a look at the results of our After Dark Twitter poll question presented by us.
Presented by us.
We need sponsors.
We need sponsors.
All right, so let's take a look at that. Poll question was, who do you root for in the tournament? 50% said the United States, but a close second was at 44%, and I'm guessing that there's probably one or two people that voted for Ian. Ian and his wife probably picked Canada. So, but I also like 0% said a great tournament. So thank you to the 34 people who voted on that. Let me see if you have questions in the YouTube chat. By all means, fire away.
Yeah, I'm trying to gather some of them up.
It's a lot more quiet when Slushy's not there.
Yeah, Slushy. What
Wow.
the hell? Who let you on the show? Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Shit.
Jeez, thanks, guys.
I love you. I'm just kidding.
We kid because we care. You should know this by now.
That's right.
I know.
You should see the things I say to Landy on air.
Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. Some questions that Ian's pulled up. Do you guys think a good replacement? Think of a good replacement for Byfuglien.
I don't mind Byfuglien being on this team, honestly. Byfuglien's not the defenseman I have a problem with being on this team. My thoughts is how do you, when you have guys like Justin Braun and Falk, and you have guys like Eric Johnson and especially Jack Johnson, how Jack Johnson gets on Team USA repeatedly is just, it blows my mind.
Yeah. Dustin Byfuglien was really good in the first period. Like, John Tortorella played him a lot. I really saw him on the ice a lot for that period. For the rest of the game, I really didn't see him too much like that first. Say about Jack Johnson, I really thought he had a good game. Again, I really don't get why he's on the team. I was complaining a lot about that, but he had a really good game. I hate to say it because, I don't think he deserves to be on the team, but I think there's a reason he's on the team every time U.S. selects defenseman. He really steps up in these tournaments.
I agree. Hockey jerk.
There wasn't really a defenseman on Team USA that I had an issue with today. I thought Bufflin was just amazing, especially in the first period. He was possessing the puck, creating chances, going to the net. I mean, like a forward, but let's not talk about that. Yeah, I really didn't have a problem. The only thing that kind of stood out to me was I believe it was Crosby got cross-checked into quick, which led to Bergeron's goal. But even then, that's not like it's the first time it's ever happened, and it's probably going to happen again. So it's not really something you can nitpick.
Crosby cheating? That never happens.
He's a damn cheater, and he should be disqualified.
Spoken like a true American. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a fun tournament to do. Oh my
Yeah, just to
goodness.
remind everybody, anytime Team USA plays, like tonight was just kind of like an impromptu show because I thought it was a great game. Great game deserves a great after dark. Why not, right? But after the USA games during the any night there's a USA game on during the World Cup of Hockey, we will be on that night. Not immediately after the game, but at some point that night we're going to come on and talk about it on After Dark. And if it's a Sunday game, then Writers Room will be on as well.
Absolutely. He pretty much covered everything. And also check out Pucknology.net. All the writers are covering all the teams, including covering the Sharks players in the World Cup of Hockey. And like Ian said, After Dark will be on after every night that USA plays, and semifinal and championship series.
Right.
Because realistically, you don't want to see our faces like 24/7.
We don't want to do a show every night for 2 weeks either. To hell with that.
No. But were there any other questions, Ian?
Yeah. Again, just from the same on the same line, if there was something with Bufflin, like, would you bring Justin Braun in? And I don't know. I mean, Braun for Bufflin doesn't seem like a very good swap. I like Justin Braun. I thought, again, when I saw the initial construction of this team, it's hard to argue with the results tonight. I mean, USA won, but like when the team was announced, I kind of scratched my head at some of the defensemen that were picked. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of who would even, if you have to go into your depth chart, who do you bring in to replace a guy like Bufflin? I don't know if there's anyone,
Shattenkirk?
to be honest.
I was going to say Kevin Shattenkirk.
So yeah, I guess you can go Shattenkirk.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a bad pick at all, actually.
Yeah, but Bufflin has a big body. He's like Burns, and they mention it a lot, but that's something different from a lot of the other team's defensemen.
Right. Yeah, because I just get like a guy like Bufflin and Burns. I mean, these guys aren't exactly a dime a dozen, which is why if I'm Doug Wilson, I'm hoping I can get him on a nice deal because if I'm the representation for Mr. Brent Burns, I'm basically throwing, I'm walking into Doug Wilson's office with Dustin Bufflin's deal, and I'm saying, let's start there.
Yeah. Again, I still think they're working the little finagling of the expansion draft thing, and I think Burns' deal is done. There's no way Dougie F's this up. If he does, that's probably right up there with frickin' signing John Scott for effing it up.
That and letting go of Raffy. We should have never let go of the Savior.
That's true.
What?
Never.
What? Who invited Hockey Jerk on? Oh,
I did. I screwed up this whole show for you.
Oh, well, it's all right. It's only September. We can only get better from here, right? Right?
Another question from the chat. What makes you guys think? What do we think about Parise not getting the nod for a letter, especially captaincy, with Pavelski obviously getting the C? I'll let someone else answer first, and then I can answer. I want to hear what the Americans think.
You go first, Eric.
Oh, me? Well, I think it's just so disrespectful. I mean, he's probably going to want to be traded. He'd probably want to be traded to another team and he'll probably, which he'll then have his wife tweet out that he was suffering from the flu, and just that it was just three cities thrown in together, and don't believe what the insider said. Oh wait, sorry. Well, you meant Zach Parise, not Patrick Marleau. Sorry, my bad.
Right. Yep. Yep.
Uh, no big deal. No big deal. I mean, there's your Herb Brooks front. You play for the front of the jersey, not the back or the shoulder. I mean, if you're there
Can we go one
you're
international tournament without Miracle on Icing this shit? Like, what's the matter with you people?
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can Paul Henderson this bitch next time, all right? My God. Or I can't wait for USA Canada, because you know, if Canada wins, all of a sudden Ian's gonna start chanting silver medal. So I can't wait. Anyways, Jake, go ahead.
Wait, what was the question again? Sorry, my bad.
What do you think of the letters on Team USA?
Yeah,
Parise most notably being left out of a letter.
Sorry. I don't get why Keane has the A. I just don't. I don't. I'm not going to go on a rant here, but...
First American-born Hart Trophy winner, blah, 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 blah.
Exactly. I think that's the only reason he gets it. I mean, obviously I don't know what happens, as him as a player and him as a leader on the Blackhawks and the U.S. team, but Parise definitely deserves it. He's a heart and soul guy. I don't have anything wrong with Ryan Suter, but he's a heart and soul guy, and he deserves to have the A, in my opinion. It's nothing against Patrick Kane, but Parise has a lot of heart in Minnesota and had a lot of heart in New Jersey.
Hockey jerk.
I love Zach Parise. He's one of my favorite non-Sharks players, and I think he deserved a letter. But that being said, I'm not burning down buildings because he didn't get one. A kind of player like Zach
Vancouver
Parise,
fans, let's be honest.
the kind of player Zach Parise is, he knows he's good and he knows he's going to be a difference maker, because pulling from the Hockey Jerk intangibles, he's been there before and he's good in the room. So you know what you're going to get out of Zach Parise, and letter or not, he's going to put on a show like he does in Minnesota on a nightly basis.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. You look back at Patrick Kane. He's accomplished though. I mean, I think he had the most points or goals in the U.S. National Development Team program until I think it was. Wasn't it Matthews that shattered his record, or was it Eichel? I can't remember. It was one of them broke his record. But he's done a lot for USA Hockey, so I can kind of see why. And he's a name, right? I mean, you obviously he's a name that you can peddle, although maybe a little bit more of a controversial name, and we won't get into that. But he's a name that you can, he's identifiable by hockey fans at large, because if there's one thing NBC knows how to do, it's show Blackhawk games. Zach Parise plays on the Wild. They don't know how to show those games very much. He's not such a. I think for like hardcore hockey fans, yeah, Zach Parise is the guy for sure, and I think that you could absolutely put a letter on him, and I don't think anyone would have complained. But if you're looking at maybe the bigger publicity, Patrick Kane's the guy that you think of. I mean, Patrick Kane, probably more people would think of, you ask them to name like a American hockey player today, more people are going to say Patrick Kane probably than Joe Pavelski at this point. So, he's a big name in hockey, and I think that's a big part of the reason why they put a letter on him.
Something else that I thought about, I have to wonder if Parise's injury that kept him out of the playoffs had something to do with not getting a letter, because I feel like there were a lot more questions surrounding his availability for the World Cup.
What about Sochi? Do you think Sochi had anything to do with it?
I don't think so, just because there wasn't really one player that stood out to me as like electrifyingly good. It was kind of a mediocre run as a whole.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't I didn't get to watch any of the games live in Sochi, but I remember, seeing the replay and stuff, and waking up to the scores of the game, and seeing that the U.S. lost 5-0 to Finland in that bronze medal game. Maybe, I mean, U.S. hockey does not want to get shown as a team that loses 5-0 in a big game. I know it's not the gold medal game, but you can still win a medal.
Right.
The thing is, though, is North American teams are notorious for just coasting through bronze medal games because we just don't care. Like, if it's not gold, and that's something that the Americans do, that's something Canadians definitely do as well. We don't show up very well to bronze medal games, period, because it's a different, that's one of these things where it's a different thing from across, like in the over in the in Europe, the bronze medal is a huge deal still because they still take that to heart. But over here, we're just like, bronze medal, piss off. Just let me go home. We're out. Like, forget it.
Yeah, and I read that, I forgot which part of the team said it's gold medal or bust for, in Sochi. And, I got that they were really discouraged in that bronze medal game, but,
you still want to see them show some pride, though. And like I said, Chelsea, I completely agree with you. And this is something that, we're just North Americans in general are really dumb for. I've watched Canada play some pretty disgraceful games in bronze medal games as well. So it's definitely something that you don't want to see, especially on a stage like the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of why I asked Hockey Jerk, like, if it was a part of, if maybe that had something to do with it, because I watched that game and that was a pathetic showing by the Americans.
Precisely. All right. Apparently, there's a running comments as to who would play me in the John Scott movie, and Sleeping Mofo with the great answer of John Shorthouse. All I'm going to say is one of these panelists on this program right now loves it when I do John Shorthouse. And all I'm going to say is keep poking the bear, because you want me to do the voice the whole time next time?
No.
I am hosting this show. I will boot you from your own show.
Please. Me, Ian, and
Hockey Trick, what do you think of that?
I think that your Shorthouse impression is spot on, and I hope you continue to do it.
What have I done?
Thank you, Hockey Jerk. I appreciate it. All right.
So let's talk about something else. Let's talk about beer.
Yes, let's talk about beer with how old are you, Jake?
13.
13. Yes. Let's talk beer with a 13-year-old.
Let's not. Why not? Are you excited for the Sharks beer slushy, even though you can't drink it legally?
Sure. I don't know how to answer that. I don't
know. It's fine. It's fine. What do you guys think of the Sharks beer? I figure we have to at least address the topic. I know we're gonna go into it more on a later show, but I just figured it was something worth bringing up.
Hockey Trick, go ahead.
Oh man, so I don't like beer. So you're asking the wrong person. I don't know. I think that should have been reserved for Mr. Chris JWS on Beernology After Dark.
After Dark, right?
Just to give you an idea, I don't even know what red ale means. So
same.
Well, that makes two of us. So apparently, I think Ian, you don't drink beer, do you?
I don't drink either. That's just the funniest thing.
That's right. We're talking about beer, and all four of us really don't drink it.
All right. So next
but basically, but kind of to go about it, it's a pretty cool idea. I mean, I think the Giants have something with Anchor Steam, and now the Sharks have Gordon Biersch, which, by the way, thank you for making garlic fries so amazing, so amazing. But it's a great idea. I like it. I mean, look at the buzz it got yesterday. I mean, I'm going to
buzz.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll be at the San Jose Improv this weekend.
Sell out.
That's 17,562, baby. No, but I think it's a novel idea to those who could drink it and drink it moderately. We all know now if we lose in the playoffs, exactly how badly we're going to get distracted, or how we're going to take the buzz off of losing the playoffs with.
That's right. What do you think of the name? Like, drink aside, like I don't know. When I think Chum, I think I tweeted like there was a conversation between I believe me, AJ, Gen X, and I want to say Chester Chivo, and I think my response to the whole thread was, well, at least if it tastes like crap, it's already aptly named. Could they pick a worse name?
All I'm going to say is let's hope the LA Kings or the Royal Half do not Photoshop this box.
Oh, it's already been done, I'm sure. They've got it all ready to go.
Because you take out one letter and it's just not going to be a good thing. So,
Oh my god.
Wow. This is way after dark.
way after dark.
You guys are amazing.
What have
You
I
guys
done?
are amazing. Thank you, Jake. We appreciate that you
The design is sick though. Like the design
graphic
is really
design-
nice.
Yeah, I think it's on point.
It's just, I mean, there's literally, I'm going to be getting this for the sole sake of the freaking package. I mean, let's be real here. Although I'm sure AJ and Chris will be quickly knocking to my doors like, what, you're drinking it for the package? I'll give you the empty bottles
That's
back.
right.
That's fine. I'm cool with that. Totally
That's
fine.
why I said they can totally send me an empty bottle. I'm not going to drink it, but they can send me an empty bottle. I'll put it on the bookshelf. I got some cans that are going on the bookshelf later. It's going to be good.
Does your wife know about that?
Yeah, she's got like the tall Pepsi cans with the World Cup teams on them. I've got the Finn one, the Canada one, and the North America one, and those are going up there when she's done drinking them.
And you guys have the Lay's World Cup of Hockey chips. I'm jealous too, but then again, I'm jealous. I've never had ketchup chips, and I really want to try ketchup chips sometime. Speaking of graphic design, something that I hope to completely own everybody on. No offense, is the San Jose Barracuda jersey design contest.
Really?
Really. They're going.
I didn't hear this.
Yeah, apparently they're going to have a number of jersey theme nights, and one of them is a fan design jersey. You can submit your chance up until November 4th for design to be considered. I'm trying to see if you can only submit one jersey, because if I can submit more, it is on. Like Donkey Kong, but the jersey will be made, and you'll get to have a personalized jersey inspired by the design. You'll get 4 glass seats for the March 11th game. March 11th game.
Who are they playing? Carolina.
Isn't that against Nashville?
Well, this is for the Barracuda.
Oh yeah, I meant the
So
Sharks.
I think they
4 glass seats, or you could just get up from your regular seats and go sit there.
Oh, hockey jerk, ladies and gentlemen.
They don't call him hockey jerk for nothing.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
It's true. He knows it. It's not like I'm being mean. That's a compliment.
How did your voice get so high all of a sudden?
I don't know. I'm feeling defensive.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So basically, you get a personalized jersey, 4 glass seats to the March 11th game, and participation in the ceremonial puck drop.
Here, you gotta win this.
And then you're gonna wear a big Pucknology sign on the ice.
I just
for all 4 people in attendance.
Eliminate like Pucknology right underneath the Barracuda.
Wow, Ian.
Pucknology After Dark, sponsored by Barracuda Networks.
Jersey. The rules are the jersey must be of a dark color to signify the home jersey. If you know me, you know what color I'm going to be basing this off of. Unfortunately, can't modify the team logo, which sucks. And appropriate for all ages. They obviously haven't seen this show.
So basically, you can't put Harambe on the jersey.
Oh my god.
right? Oh, only one entry per person per household. Oh crap! Come on.
Just put my name and you do it for me.
There you go.
Oh, what? And you get to drop the puck with the. Come on,
Hey,
man.
He will shamelessly shill for us.
Yes, because nothing would be more appropriate for you to have a jersey that says "slushy shake" on the back of it, right?
Yes.
So,
what are your guys' thoughts on the new Sharks commercial, or whatever?
I
With
love it.
Pavelski and
I love it
Nabi.
with Pavs and Nabby. Ian, have you seen it yet?
You know what? I've seen on my Twitter stream a couple times today. I've been really busy today. I have a huge article I'm working on. Unfortunately, not for Pucknology, which will end after this article's done. But it's huge and it's taking a ton of time. So I haven't seen it yet. I plan to sit down when I can fully enjoy it and not feel rushed to get back to whatever I was doing before.
Hockey jerk before I kill Ian for writing another article for somebody else.
Hey! You
I
want to
know,
go look on
I'm
Pucknology
joking,
and you can
dude.
see the
I'm
list of
joking.
articles and
I know,
how many you can pick out that are mine.
I'm joking. Come on. Hockey jerk, go ahead.
I mean, it has Pavelski in it. Pavelski's my guy. Other than that, it's a commercial, so I don't really care.
Oh, the Sharks do such good commercials, though.
No, they need to bring back like the commercials from like
with Slappy.
way back, like Fox Sports Net Bay Area, where they got like just like all the players. Like I think Jody Shelley working on a car or something. Like they got to go way back.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You're going. That was part of the original one where it was like sloppy and stuff because Jody was a part of that one, and then he subsequently got traded right after that debuted, which sucks. But yeah, no, I think they're going in that direction this year, and I haven't seen the alternate ones that came out today, so I got to check that out. I think let's see, we got 2 more questions, and then we'll get out of here. The Sharks, and I'm going to be writing about this weekend. The Sharks are going to wear black armor 12 times this season at home. You know how particular I am.
Do we know the 12 dates?
Yes, we do.
12 dates. So,
yes,
so what 12 losses are they?
You know it. Well, I'm glad you already figured that out. So the Sharks are not going to go 82-0 this year. Curse had it, or somebody had it.
I just want to put something out there. I saw on the Ducks Instagram that they are going to wear their orange jerseys again at their alternate.
I was just going to bring that up. Go ahead and mention
Uh,
that.
they're not going to use that at home for the first time they use it this year. They're going to, when they come in San Jose, I think on a Wednesday in October, I think the 25th, they're going to wear their orange jerseys here in San Jose. I'm guessing the Sharks will wear their whites or away jerseys, so yeah.
Yeah, and I saw a lot of people on Twitter getting kind of, I guess, bent out of shape about all of this, but it's not the first time that we've seen something like this. If you remember from 2 years ago, when the Sharks played the Kings in Metallica night, the Sharks wore white and the Kings wore black, and then the, I guess, payback for that was that on the season closer in LA, the Sharks wore their Stadium Series jerseys.
Yeah, I was waiting for last year for it to happen when the Sharks would either wear their home jerseys in an away barn or wear their, the other way around. But it didn't happen. I guess it's going to happen this year. So.
Somebody had it tweeted out, and I got to try and see where it's at because they had mentioned it the same time.
It was Ross McEwen, I think.
Was it Ross?
Yeah.
You should have known better. I just interviewed him today.
Stay tuned.
By the way,
for that.
stay tuned for that because that's going to be a good one to look forward to. A great interview with Ross McKean and his book coming out, 100 Things Sharks fans should know and do before they die. I think that's just a great title. Okay, The dates are October 27th, 29th of October, November 3rd and 25th, December 2nd, January 5th, 19th and 26th, March 2nd, 9th and 16th, and April 6th, with October 25th being the jersey, the white jersey, while Anaheim wears their orange alternates.
So my question for you is, how many of those games are against teams that we've lost a playoff series to?
If the if the Sharks site for schedule could come out and work properly on Google Chrome, I could tell you that.
I'll try to get it.
Yeah, you try to get it. I would
I
say
got the app, so yeah.
I have two things on this while we're looking this up. Do you have it, Slushy?
No.
Okay.
Keep going.
So while we're
Go ahead,
looking this up, here I have two things on this. First, the Ducks should wear those orange old school logo jerseys all the bloody time. Those are great. I love them.
Thank you.
I like them more than their black regulars. Second, I think my reaction to this was the same as a lot of Sharks fans. That third heritage sweater, that heritage sweater was fantastic. Bringing that back with and to the fact that they're going back to the black armor, which I'm not going to say everyone loved the black armor, but it's not the most popular sweater anymore. I don't know how it sells, but I can't imagine that people would have been super to those third alternates as the third sweater rather than the black armor. Hell, I'd rather have a new use those new logos on a tealish sweater and throw those on for an alternate sweater. This organization is so out of touch with its fan base, it's ridiculous. And I can't get over how out of touch it is. I think they have no idea what their fan base wants. They know what they want, which is, I guess, great. If they want all the 365 holders, but they just no fan fest. Doing the bringing back the black armor instead of continuing with the heritage sweaters as a third jersey. They have no idea what they're doing. They don't have a clue.
I got them. It's 3. It's Calgary, Vancouver, and St. Louis.
So we're going to lose those 3 games.
Oh, jeez.
I'm shocked we're not wearing it against LA on opening night.
And also the Friday 1 o'clock game. That's the November 25th. They're wearing their black ones, even though it's Friday.
It's a very usual thing that they would wear them every Thursday home game, and this year they aren't. There are a number of Thursday home games where they are not wearing them, which is kind of interesting.
I remember that was the
That's how you knew.
Yeah, that's how you knew. I think 2009, 2010, around that area, they would say against the Phoenix Coyotes, it's going to be Black Thursday, blah blah blah, and now nobody cares.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. I'm all about team unity and everything. If you're going to do these jerseys, have them on a specific night, get the crowd into it for a blackout.
Also, they're doing it on a Monday at 1 o'clock, so both 1 o'clock games the Sharks have at SAP Center. They're going to wear their black jerseys.
Well, there you have it.
So March 11th? No, that's not. March 11th seems like a great date to hold a tweet up. Just putting that out there, Sharks. Oh, you know what? AJ makes a great point. Of course they're wearing their black sweaters on Black Friday.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. All right, I could go with that. I'm shocked the Islanders didn't ask to wear their black jerseys on Black Friday when they visit.
Oh, no.
Those god-awful things.
You mean their thug jerseys?
Yes, they're Brooklyn Thug jerseys.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Anywho, speaking of jerseys, let's finish up with the World Cup sweaters. I'm going to stay out of this because I actually know the guy who designed these for Reebok. And I've already inputted my rants on some of them. But now that we've seen all 8 in action, what do you guys think?
Ian could go first.
I don't mind them. I think I would, if I was not poor right now, I would go out and get a Nathan McKinnon North America sweater tomorrow. Absolutely. Nice black and orange one. I don't mind the North American jerseys. I don't really care for the Europe jerseys very much. I don't really care for the Europe ones. I don't like that they're kind of like split color and gestury almost, in my opinion. Um, yeah, I don't mind that. The Canada U.S. ones, I don't really have any issues there. I think they're nice looking sweaters. I could see definitely people, Team USA have had better sweaters for sure, and so has Team Canada. I'm not super like there's been better sweaters they've worn, but I would not be ashamed to wear a Team Canada sweater from this tournament. And the rest of them they're all right. I don't really have an issue with them. I think they're for what it is. It's fine. It's a short tournament, big deal.
Hockey Jerk?
I really like the USA and the Canada ones. I think it's something different from what we've seen in the past. And really, in general, I don't want to say that there's one I dislike. I would just say that they're interesting and they're different, and sometimes that's good and sometimes that's not.
Go ahead, Jake. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Their jerseys are really good. I really like Sweden's. They're always nice. U.S. It is what it is. It's something a little different each time. But I like Finland's. But it doesn't really matter. Not to me.
To me, I'll just quickly do my thing. I thought USA needs a little more something in there.
I think more freedom.
Not gonna go there. I think it needs like a red outline on the numbers or something, just because it doesn't look right on what I saw tonight. I don't know. Canada's looks fantastic. I think that's the best looking one. Russia looks good. I mean, they all look good. The North America one looks sick, and it has that edge to it, which is cool. The other thing I noticed about this is it has the sublimation of, I don't know what type of material they're trying to what they're trying to emulate with the almost looks like a sweatshirt material or denim material. But if that's what we're expecting next year with Adidas, sans the Adidas stripes, oh my, that could be very interesting looks for all the NHL teams, even the original 6.
Arbitrary.
I'm sorry. Screw it. Original 22. We'll call
the original
it
22. All right.
Yes. So, final thoughts, I guess. I'll start with Slushy. Your first official visit on After Dark.
I just want to thank you guys first of all for having me on. I really appreciate it. U.S. makes a statement even though it's an exhibition game. The jerseys, they are what they are. To me, it's not a big deal, and we'll see what happens. But the USA is definitely maybe underrated team, under the radar team in this tournament.
Hockey Jerk.
Like Jake said, I thought USA made a statement despite it being an exhibition game, and there's a lot of talk about all the guys they didn't bring to the tournament, but at the same time, they are a good team. I don't want to say that they're the best team, but they're not, they're not the worst either, and I think that they should at least get to the round robin part of the tournament.
Well, they should get out of it. I mean, they're in a pool with Canada, Czech Republic, and Europe. If the U.S. can't escape the pool, then I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
And Ian, your final thoughts?
Yeah, so, it was a great game to watch. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, sure, I didn't like the outcome very much, but it was still a fun game to watch, and I can't wait for tomorrow. Not only for the Canada-U.S. rematch, but the 2 other games that are going to be on tomorrow. this Sunday, Writers Room obviously going to return. We're going to go really deep into the World Cup. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. We're going to talk about, some of the stuff we've kind of alluded to this show. We're going to go kind of more deep into the construction of Team USA, which I think, it's a good team, but I still think it could have been much, much better. Stuff like that. So I'm hoping everyone will tune in on Sunday on the Pucknology Writers Room channel at 7 p.m. Pacific and check out that show. It's going to be me, Kevin, Drew, and Slushy.
Whoa, Slushy's getting on.
Yeah,
Whoa.
we kind of impromptu this. So I was like, you can make your debut on Sunday.
All right, so Eric, you know what this means, right?
What?
This means
God.
that you and I need to DM the shit out of Jake saying, "Can we get on?"
Hey, I started it. Okay.
Yes, and look where you are now.
And
Bud.
we're going to finish it.
Yes. With that,
You guys are already celebrities. Okay.
oh,
I'm just your
is there
number
someone
one
behind
fan.
me that it is? I don't know. All right. Anyways, all right, we're gonna get out of here. For Hockey Jerk, Slushy Jake, the Canadian really, you just dapped.
Hey, you did Short House. I get to do that.
All right, that's fine. And for Ian Reed and our entire staff at Pucknology, make sure you subscribe. I mean, yeah, this was an impromptu show. We're going to get better and better.
Yes.
We've been listening to all the thoughts and opinions from everyone, and we're going to take those. We're going to roll with it, and we're going to kick some butt because this is for you, Sharks fans, because trust me, you're not going to get this coverage anywhere else. So make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure you hit technology.net. Make sure you check out Pucknology Writers Room Sunday night at 7 p.m. Pacific time.
And all the audio stream on Pucknology Podcasts on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play.
All that stuff. And until then, keep it real. Oh, wait, no, I can't do that one anymore.
Yeah, you
real. Keep it tight. Keep it real
Oh,
tight.
wow.
I love it.
Ian, oh my God.
Tight like a tiger.